Hi, Rich Spirit of Wild Wings here. Welcome back to our Bushcrafting on a Buck series. On the last one where we brought in some new gear, we purchased a tent. That's this one. Well, the tent doesn't get us super far, so we're going to look at some of the stuff we've already gotten and see how we can incorporate that into making us have a decent enough camp. So I got a lot of stuff here. The first thing I got, this was at the Dollar Tree store. As a backpack goes, it's probably laughable. But it's a backpack that we can store gear in, $1.25. So we have a bag to put our gear in, and that's $1.25. Alright. Pull a few things here out. You'll get a kind of a preview as I go. Alright, next thing we're going to look at, snack. Again, this one from the Dollar Tree. Flashlight. I'll show you a close-up of this thing. This has a 100 lumen, and this is, I use these a lot for everyday life. These are legit 100 lumen flashlight. So for $1.25, we got a really nice little flashlight. That out. And I'll set that here. For $1.25, now this takes 3 AAA batteries. For $1.25, we can get a package of 6 AAA batteries. So, open this kind of carefully, sort of. I'm going to take out 3 batteries, and I'll put the others back in here. So, I'm going to take my batteries. And in case you're not familiar with how all these things work on stuff, you have 2 terminals, the positive, which has a little nipple on the end, and the flat end, which is a negative. The negative end, the flat end, goes against the spring, push down, and the positive end goes on the part that doesn't have a spring. So, put that in, we got it set, and we can see a spring in there. This has a nipple end and a flat end. So this flat end goes down on that spring. We can put our flashlight back together. Helps you put it in right. You can see we have a nice bright flashlight. As I say, that is a legit 100 lumens. Now, again from the Dollar Tree, again $1.25, this headlamp. I don't see anything on it that tells me how bright this is. It might, but let's see if I can find anything that says, or makes a claim. Yeah, it just tells us what we're going to need for it, but so. This is a nice little headlamp, and you'll find that headlamps work beautifully and helpful when you're in the woods. This also requires 3 AAA batteries. There's a little tab back here that I can press in, flips open. Now you've got those other 3 batteries. Take them out. Again, same things we talked about. Flat end against the spring. Flat end against the spring. This reverses. And then flat end against the spring. So clip together. Now, one of the things it has, there's this little part here. This is, when we'll keep that rubber band, you'd be surprised. The more you do this kind of stuff, the more you want to keep rubber bands. So you look at this, there's a slot here. We're going to push that into the slot and push it through. Now, I want the words out. So, and I'm going to put the button at the top. So I'm going to do that here. See these little loops? This is how we'll adjust it for tightness. And when we actually take this and put it to use, I'll show you how we get it fully adjusted. Slip that in, and there's one. And it's upside down. No, it's right side up. Okay. Now flip the other way. We're going to get this one in. Ooh. As I blind myself. And one end of this goes down under the one peg, the other end goes up over the other. Slide over our forehead. There's a button on the top, very bright. We have a low setting, and it has a strobe. Strobe, more useful if you're checking out a sound you heard and you want to, because that strobe can really annoy some critters. But on the headlamp, I'll put it lower. But a headlamp lets me do things at night, hands-free. Very, very useful. Again. So $1.25 for the backpack, $1.25 for flashlight. That's $2.50. $1.25 for the headlamp, and $1.25 for the batteries. Okay, so we're at $5 for that gear. We're going to jump ship just a little bit from where we were at the dollar store. We're going to go to Walmart. If you go to the fishing area of Walmart, you'll find these. Okay, these are called bait knives when you go there. And bait knife is $2.97. Just call it $3. So this is one. Now this one I have out. I use at home. I've used it for doing a lot of cooking, prep work, because I want to test all the things I use. I only have one complaint about this knife, and we'll discuss that real quick. But, it looks a lot like a Mora. It's a stainless steel knife, and I prefer stainless steel. You'll find that out if you look at my channel. You see I've always preferred stainless. But, so $5 and $3 is $8. Now, one of my tenets that I teach is that when you're going out in the woods, now this is if we're not trying to evade somebody, we're just normal camping things. You don't want to take any gear that's camo. If you drop camo into the grass, into the leaves, into whatever, you may as well consider it gone for good. Black is better, but not by much. So later on in the series, we're going to turn this knife into something a little easier to find. Well, in fact, a lot easier to find if you drop it. But for $8, there's that much gear. The dollar store, BPA-free bottle. Taking one of these with me on a long hike down the Ozark Trail. Very useful. Now we're at 9 1/4. This mess kit was nicely packed. It had paper and stuff. I started filming a video, and where I was filming, all kinds of commotion started. People mowing in the area, so I had to leave home. Moved to a park there in town to film, because there's too much commotion, vacuuming and cars, and the guy with the race cars down the road just couldn't do it. So I checked this out at the park, started doing it. A freight train that was really close, and just gave it up and came up here. So I could show that video, I could throw it in here, or the train, and it's noisy, but let's look at this. Now this is a little under $7. Let's just call it $7 mess kit. Now I have, in my stuff, used an aluminum mess kit that cost me $8 from Walmart. I used it for 2 decades. So full 20 years it survived. So people would talk about, you can't do it. No, I still have it, I still use it. I retired it officially for my official camping trips. And I have a couple of these, but this one I'm going to do this with. This will be my new replacement for the other one. The only thing I have negative about this is the way it closes, and it's not a complaint in normal terms, but the other one I could hook a carabiner and hook it to my backpack. This one, if I hook it here, it's probably going to come free. Okay, so I push this up, it opens. I have my plate. I have my skillet. And this will tell me something about it. Says includes, I'll read it to you, lightweight and compact stainless steel, which it is, easy to clean, which it is, all pieces nest together for easy storage, which they do, a 6.7-inch fry pan, that's this, a 6.5-inch plate, that's this, a 7-ounce cup, which is this, a lid, and then 0.5 quart or 2 cup capacity pot. Now this is a much heavier metal than these. Alright, so we have a pot. Oh, one thing about the pot. The other one had a wire, a bail, but it wouldn't stay up. This one I can pull here. You see how it pivots on this? When I pull it up, it'll lock. So I have that, I can heat it like this with the handle up, and I can do that and not have to worry about things getting so hot I can't do much with it. So the pot, cup, this will nestle into my fry pan, my plate, bowl, they're pretty much the same thing, and I clip it. Alright, so a $7 mess kit. So $3 knife and a $7 mess kit is $10, $5 for the previous gear, $15, $16.25 with our water bottle. Also at Walmart for 99 cents. We have this flatware set. It's a very durable, it's Ozark Trails, very durable. You can see it's this nice gray color. Tells you it's top rack dishwasher safe. I've used these since I started finding them, and I use them a lot. They're wonderful. 99 cents. So this, we're going to add to it. Now, by the way, I want to throw up a little video that'll play while we're doing this. At Walmart, if you go to the houseware section, you can find these, and they don't have this clip to hold them together. I can take this apart and hold it together with that later on. But it's twice the price, but you can get it in white, black, and I forget what the other color was. You'll see. Okay. Dollar Tree. I'm going to let this one fly. Okay, another $1.25. We have cordage here. 3/16 of an inch in diameter. 40 feet of it. I really don't know what the break strength of this is. I sure wouldn't try to hang myself with it. I don't mean strangle, but wouldn't try and hang from a tree with it, that sort of thing. But 40 feet of rope, something to wind it up on, $1.25. So some nice cordage. All right, let's look where we are. 7, 10, 11, 'kay, these, so that makes 13.50. The batteries and the rope. Make it, let's see, $16. This, 17.25. Here's our little first aid kit. It's got 15 items. I'm going to go to the back and discuss it, and we'll show you a good close-up of it. But you get 2 alcohol swabs. Now these are multi-use type things on that. 3 sterile bandages, and mentions the size. They're 0.65 by 2.25 inches, or 1.6 by 5.7 centimeters. 3 bandages, 3/4 inch by 3 inches, or 1.9 by 7.6 centimeters. And then we've got some little button ones. Anyway, we've got 1, 4, 7, 10, and 3 of those, 13. So 13 other bandages. You'd be surprised how often you're going to need bandages in the woods. So for $1.25, we got that. And we can afford one other item to take with us. And while I have several things here that we'll play with on the next video of gear, this is where we are with our gear now. Oh, that's the tissue that came packed in the mess kit. All right, so let me put all this over here because we're not using it today. The one other thing we're going to have with us is a lighter. Now, at the Dollar Tree, you can get 3 lighters for $1.25. You can usually get 2 Scriptos for $1.25, which are really good. This is a Bic. I went ahead and sprung for the Bic. You just get one. But a lighter. So we have the ability, we have something we can cook in, something to carry our water in, headlamp, flashlight, we got the batteries for those, that backpack we can store things in, and a nice knife. All these things you're going to get to see put to use here in about 3 weeks, something like that. So, once again, Rich from Spirit of Wild Wings, I hope you can enjoy this series. I hope you come with us. I want you to get up, get out, get in the woods, and I hope to see you in the woods sometime soon. And this is our beginning to our kit. Look at this. We got our backpack. We got a mess kit. We got utensils to eat with, a lighter, flashlight, a headlamp, cordage, first aid kit, a knife, sheath knife, and a water bottle. And all this stuff goes into this, chintzy little bag, but it allows us to organize So for our $20 for this payday, we have this gear. Couple that with our tent, we can get out. Remember, I want to see you out in the woods, okay? I want to meet you out in the woods. And we'll see where we are next time. Bye, guys. And gals. And yeah, it looks like it's way full, doesn't it? Some of the stuff that we haven't showcased that is going to be added, I can just start putting that in here for next time we get together. We'll be throwing all this away here in a second. We don't want to pollute the park. We're set up here at Beaver Dam State Park, which is close to where I live. So it was a convenient place to come do this.